Mixing isn't just a technical skill, it's a creative one too. And the real magic happens when you know how to combine the two to enhance the emotion of the song. I'm going to show you how I took this and turned it into a choir of angels. But more importantly, I'm going to show you why I made that choice, because the why is what separates an okay mix from an emotional moment. I call it storytelling through sound. Let's break it down. So here we have the bridge of a song, and I've already mixed the lead vocal up to this point, but you'll notice that there's a group of new harmony stacks that come in. So without any processing on the harmonies, this is what it sounds like. So if I was only thinking from a technical perspective, I would do something like this. I would clean up the muddiness in the harmonies and throw some reverb on it to help it sit behind the vocal. Pretty typical treatment of harmonies. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't enhance the emotional experience of the song. So how do we fix it? Without touching a single plugin, there are some questions I will ask myself. First of all, what is this song about? Second, what should the listener feel? And third, where does this section fit in the emotional arc of the song? So in this case, the artist told me the song is about healing. And so emotions that come to mind are cozy, warm, but maybe a hint of past struggle, like I've been through some shit. And this section actually sits after the climax of the song, like the biggest chorus. And the section after it is this soft chorus that kind of wraps up the whole song. So I thought this bridge was a perfect chance to create some contrast. I wanted the bridge to feel like a release, like a moment of relief, like a So after I decided the feeling this bridge should have, I had the idea of making the lead vocal and the background vocals sound like they're singing in a massive hall or cathedral and lean into that ambient and very distant sound. So I took the lead vocal and put it onto another track because I wanted to treat it separately from the lead vocal in the rest of the song. These plugins here are just to clean up the vocal a little bit. We won't go through that today, but if you want to see a step-by-step guide on how I mix vocals, download my 4-step vocal mixing guide in the description below. Here's what I added to achieve the emotion that I want. This is the reverb I had on previously. You can see the percentage is quite low, but I think we can exaggerate that reverb even more and give it a feeling of being really far away. This is where I had it before. Do the same for the stack. After that, I added some delay just to thicken up the sound. And to push it even further, there's a micro shift just to make things sound even thicker and wider. So you can see all three of these plugins, they're trying to achieve the same goal. We've set our target, our direction that we want to go in. And so now every plugin choice is kind of pushing it closer and closer to what we want it to sound like. So the first version was fine, but now this has become an emotional moment in the story. Now it feels like we've just come out of the big chorus into a sigh of relief, and then we wrap up the song. Now this section doesn't just exist for the sake of existing, but it actually fits into the emotional story of the song. That actually became my favorite section of the song, and I hope it sparked some ideas how you can bring more emotion to your mixes too. Remember to grab your 4-step vocal mixing guide in the description below. It's the step-by-step process I use to mix every vocal, and I know it will help you too. If you enjoyed this kind of mix breakdown video, remember to hit that like and subscribe for more mixing content. See you in the next one.